LodgeCon TV Episode 7. What's new in Geek? Hey everyone, welcome back to LodgeCon TV, where gamers call home. I'm your host Patrick, and today we're diving into what's new in Geek, covering everything from a local con experience to a surprising sci-fi revival and some big tabletop news that has me feeling a little conflicted. So, let's roll into it. This past March 22nd, we made our way to CollectorCon. And let me tell you, this one continues to impress. If you've never been, CollectorCon is one of those events that just gets it right. What you get is space packed wall to wall with all types of vendors and collectibles for sale. Sports cards, trading cards, vintage toys from the 80s and 90s. We're talking Transformers, G.I. Joe, He-Man, and the Masters of the Universe, among others. They also have video games spanning generations, from the earlier systems like an NES all the way up to current modern Switch systems. And more. The vibe was super chill, the prices were honestly pretty fair, and the finds, well, that's where the magic happens. This wasn't my first visit, and it definitely won't be my last. Events like this are perfect if you're looking for that hard-to-find or rare item to complete your collection. The event itself was approachable, it was friendly, and you can actually talk to the vendors without shouting over a crowd of 70,000 people. If you're even remotely into collecting, retro gaming, or just hunting for that one nostalgic item from your childhood, this is a must-stop event for you every year. All right, let's talk about something that caught a lot of people off guard. A reboot of Firefly, but this time as an animated series. Here's the kicker. They're looking to bring back much of the original cast as voice actors, including folks like Nathan Fillion. And honestly, I'm cautiously optimistic. Firefly has always been one of those shows that lived way beyond its original run. Between the series, the follow-up movie Serenity, the world-building, characters, and tone created something really special. So why animation? Well, this might actually be the best way to bring it back. Now, animation removes a lot of the barriers. No aging actors breaking continuity, no massive production budgets for ships and effects, freedom to explore more planets, more stories, more of the verse. If they lean into that creative freedom, this could expand Firefly in ways live action never could. Now, I've got a friend who's a little bit more skeptical, and their concern is that it won't feel the same. And I get that. Firefly wasn't just about Western aesthetics, or space Western aesthetics. It was about the chemistry between the crew, the quiet character moments, that perfect balance between humor and heartbreak. If the writing doesn't land, it doesn't matter what format it's in, but here's where I land on it. If they bring back original voices, respect the tone, and keep the same storytelling spirit, this has real potential. And let's be honest, we've seen animated revivals work incredibly well when handled correctly. So yeah, I kind of got hope on this one. Now let's shift gears to tabletop gaming, because this one hits a little closer to home for me. Wizards of the Coast has announced plans to expand the Greyhawk setting, working with Luke Gygax, son of Gary Gygax. And I've got mixed feelings about this one. On one hand, Greyhawk is legendary. This is one of the original settings for Dungeons & Dragons. For a lot of us, it's where it all started, including for myself. Greyhawk was my introduction to D&D. It's gritty, it's grounded, a little rough around the edges, and for me, that's exactly why it works. So hearing that it's getting new material, that should excite me more than it does. Now, on the other hand, here's the hesitation. Is this going to feel like old school Greyhawk, or is this going to feel like a modern reinterpretation that just happens to use the same name? Because those are two very different things. Old school Greyhawk had a certain tone. Less hand-holding, more danger, a world that didn't revolve around the players. And I think a lot of longtime fans were wondering if that spirit can really be recaptured. Now, having Luke Gygax involved, that's a good sign. There's a connection to the roots there. But the process matters. The execution matters. And right now, I'm interested, but cautious. And maybe that's the weirdest part. I feel like I should be more excited than I am. Now, before we wrap things up, let's take a quick look at what's coming to theaters this year. because 2026 is absolutely stacked for geek culture. First up, we're finally getting a return to the big screen for Star Wars with The Mandalorian and Grogu. This is the continuation of the Disney Plus series, bringing Din Djarin and Grogu into a full theatrical release. And honestly, this is a big moment. We haven't had a Star Wars movie in theaters in years, and this one is kind of testing the waters for that process again. If they can capture the same feeling from the earlier seasons of the show, but scale it up for the big screen, this could be something really special. Then we've got one of the biggest sci-fi events of the year, Dune Part 3. This is the conclusion of the Dune trilogy based on the Dune Messiah, and it's set to hit theaters December 18th. And this one's going to be huge. We're not talking about the rise of a hero anymore, we're talking about the consequences of becoming one. Paul Atreides, as Emperor, is dealing with politics, religion, and the fallout of everything he's done. The first two films were epic. This one might be just heavy. But that's not all. 2026 is loaded. Avengers Doomsday, potentially reshaping the entire MCU. Spider-Man, A Brand New Day, a more grounded, street-level Spidey story. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, expanding the new DC universe. The Super Mario Galaxy movie. Yes, Mario in space. My kids are going to love it. And even a new Masters of the Universe bringing He-Man back to the big screen, which I'm most excited for. Bottom line, if you're a fan of sci-fi, fantasy, comics, or gaming, 2026 is shaping up to be one of those can't-miss years at the movies. Now, the real question is, which one are you most hyped for? So that's what's new in Geek, at least from my corner of the realm. But now I want to hear from you. Did you make it out to the Collector Con? What did you find? Are you excited or worried about the Firefly animated reboot? Where do you stand on the Greyhawk coming back? And what movie are you most excited to see in theaters? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We read them all. And some of the best ideas for future episodes come straight from you. And speaking of that, we need your help. Help us find the next con to feature. If that's a local event, a hidden gem, or must-visit convention, I want to know what you think about it. And don't forget, LodgeCon 2026 is this November 6th, 7th, and 8th. And remember, he who can destroy a thing controls a thing. Until next time, thanks for watching LodgeCon TV, where gamers call home.